building your systems so that your systems can actually like automating things, and then you are actually the manager of your systems, and you are actually, overseeing your systems, and then you keep adding more automation. And that's exactly what we are doing with AI right now. I actually wrote those ideas before the AI, before I thought that AI would become this big. But then all these principles actually apply to AI, and I was able to actually use those ideas to create great service and great product. I think it still applies.
What happens when you build a company around automation before the AI boom, and then AI suddenly makes your ideas even more powerful? Aytekin Tank is the CEO of Jotform and the author of a book on productivity and automation that came out just before the AI revolution. And his ideas about the automation flywheel are more important now than ever before.
What do you think the future holds for a practical worker? How much of this is going to be automated?
When I'm talking about the automation flywheel and automation first principles, things like that. So the idea is looking at how you spend your time, right? You could actually do like something like a time audit. You could create a spreadsheet and put like, every top of the hour, you could put like, what did you do like last hour, and keep track of how you spend your time. And then you total them up and then see like, how much you spend your time on different tasks. And you ask yourself, like, do you really enjoy spending your time doing those things? Was those things, like whatever you were doing, were they really making an impact, or were they just like, taking away your energy, taking it down? Really, it's just, were they wasting your time as opposed to like getting you more inspired and excited about your work? And I recommend it like first automating things that you don't enjoy, and so that you can actually spend more of your time with things you enjoy. And this kind of like helps you automate more and more because you gain so much from these automations.
You know what I like that you said is the timeless truths, because I think a lot of folks think AI is new, which we know it's not. The other thing that I think is people think it's a magic wand, like it's somehow going to negate the fact that we still need to have good planning. I mean, it really, so in many ways, like your book is actually really a good baseline pre-AI. Like if you don't get these basics right, you're never really going to deploy a good AI strategy because you don't understand your time allotment. You don't understand what you're passionate about. And I think that is the bigger, harder work that needs to be done before anyone starts buying a bunch of tools.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, AI can make a big difference. It's hard to actually use AI to be able to automate it, but if you actually spend the time, it's possible, and the tools are coming there. I think that's why AI agents are really important, because AI agents, like instead of like just using these bare LLMs, like just using these chatbots to try to do everything, these AI agents, these AI products, they're going to be able to handle more of these things, so that like, when you need to do something, maybe you're going to use an AI agent that's specialized on that thing, so that, it has the knowledge and it knows which tools to use. That's why I feel like the AI agents are agentic AI is the feature, because it makes it possible for everyone to be able to use them, just like you would use a product. Just like you would use a SaaS product. I think that's going to be the feature.
Workflow disruption. So we do tend to think, if you're a planner, in diagrams, right? If this, then that, right? Generative AI is basically redefining the models. And from an investor perspective, 10x companies, big idea companies, are really kind of breaking how we do work. And so we may not be able to use today's workflow to define tomorrow's AI. Would you agree with that statement? And like, do we even know how these things are going to happen if they're happening generatively and in real time? Do we need diagrams? Do we need workflows? I don't know. Big question.
I think it's really hard. AI is just another automation, right? And if you want to automate something, I think the first step you need to follow is you need to map it out. So I actually talk about this in the automation flywheel in the book as well. So basically, I discovered to do these, workflow diagrams. Like you could use pen and paper, you could use one of the products, because once you actually put it on paper, like you actually discover that, oh wow, I was like wasting so much time doing this. Like, and even if you don't automate things, like if you put like your processes in these flow charts, that you will discover that it's actually, you will be able to find ways to optimize them. So I think it's really
It's like
important to be able
cognitive,
yeah,
right? Like once
because
you do it, you're like, oh gosh, I really am terrible. It's a realization, right?
it's just once you put it on the paper,
Yeah.
it could be digital as well. It's just much easier to understand what's happening.
Yeah.
And then it's easier to automate it. And the problem with just automating directly is that if you do that, then you don't actually know what's happening. You don't actually have an ability to measure it, right? I think it's very important to measure things. If you have this workflow, if you can actually map it out, and if you can automate it, and if you can actually measure what's happening in the, it's like a funnel. Like, people start in the first step, and then, maybe there are errors happening with the automation. Maybe it's, the automation is, doing things incorrectly. So you need to be able to like kind of see what's happening. Basically, it's human oversight, being able to understand if things are really working out, if things are really working well. And that requires being able to see the numbers, being able to see what's happening. So that kind of requires first like kind of structuring, understanding what's happening, and then using automation or AI. I really believe in that.
Make sure you're subscribed to Mind the Machine podcast, like the video, and leave a comment letting us know what you thought.